We are Dina and Steve, and this is our travelling companion, Yummy. We have finally come to the stage in life where we are now on our ultimate adventure, living full-time in our caravan while exploring this beautiful country of Australia. There's a lot to discover, so we invite you to come along with us and follow our channel, Winging It Down Under. Good day everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Winging It Down Under.
Yep, so in this episode we're going to give you a detailed costing of our 12 months living full-time and travelling in the caravan.
Yep.
So just so you got a bit of an idea, we have a 2-litre bi-turbo Ford Ranger, and we have a 19'6" Sunseeker caravan. The van weighs just over 3 tonnes. The car and the van together, we've weighed it umpteen times, is 6 tonne. We're right on our GCM limit, so we're towing to the limit. And this is just basically an outline cost, but a realistic cost of what it costs us to travel around Australia for a whole year.
Yeah. So just to give you a bit of an outline of what we've been up to this year in 2025. We started off at Redcliffe, which is our hometown base, and we went down south through New South Wales, and we got as far down as the Blue Mountains. So from here we actually shot back up to Redcliffe because we were scheduled to go on a cruise to Papua New Guinea. So we did that. That was a 10-night cruise, and after that we went back from Redcliffe down through New South Wales. Our mission was to spend time in the snow in the Victorian Alps, so we ended up going to the Victorian Alps, and then from there we did a fair bit of exploring around Victoria, including the Murray River. So we did spend quite a bit of time in Victoria, and we eventually made our way to our other bucket list item, which was the Great Ocean Road. And from there, we've just been heading along the coastline into South Australia. And now we're here at the Yorke Peninsula. So that's a rough outline of what we've been up to this year.
Obviously, there's heaps of places we stopped on the way, but that's an outline of where we actually went. So quite an interesting trip.
Right. So are we ready to get into it?
Right, let's do it. I'm frightened.
No, I'm frightened. Anyway, we'll start off and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll tackle the groceries first. We spent $7,960 on groceries, and that includes alcohol, which we're not big drinkers, so that might be...
It'll be different if you're a big drinker, obviously.
Yeah, that includes a couple of cartons of beer and maybe a dozen bottles of wine.
Yeah.
We also don't eat a lot of red meat, so
mostly chicken. Yeah. So if you're a big red meat eater, then it's going to be a lot more expensive because red meat's quite expensive. So I mean, if we go to pubs and stuff, I usually have a steak or whatever because I do like red meat, but I don't care if I don't eat it, so I'm happy to eat chicken.
To try and keep the costs down, we tried to find Aldi's, and when we did, we would do a big stock up at the Aldi shops. And luckily, there's quite a few Aldi shops in New South Wales and Victoria, so
there is.
We made the most of
a lot more than Queensland.
Yeah, Queensland's
really sparse for Aldi's, very few in Queensland. But down in New South Wales, there's a lot, so you can usually find one.
So that it comes down to $162.45 a week. That's not a lot.
No, it's pretty good, really.
Groceries and a bit of alcohol. So that's the groceries.
Anyway,
keeping on the subject of food, the next item is eating out. We managed to rack up $5,680 on eating out, which really mostly was bakeries, cafes, coffee, a couple of pubs and clubs.
Yeah.
Like we didn't go out to any flash restaurants or anything like that.
No.
So $5,680 for the year. That's $115.90 per week on yummies.
Yeah.
Yummy
Going
pastries and things.
Yeah. So.
All right, so that's that one. Okay, next on the list are the camping fees. We spent $3,208 for the whole year on camping fees, which equated to $65.47 a week. Now the majority were free camps, 176 free camps, 37 donation camps, 129 paid campsites, which were things like caravan parks. I mean, we only did 6 nights in caravan parks.
Yeah, not many caravan parks. Yeah.
Showgrounds, we did a lot of showgrounds where we could. Things like sports clubs, council campgrounds, and other budget camping where either the caretaker comes around and collects the money, or sometimes you can book online and pay online.
Yeah.
So just different random reserves and budget.
We always look for budget places to camp because we figure, rather than spending a lot of money at the caravan park, we'll do the budget camp and we'll still go into town, spend money in town at the cafes or pubs, whatever, and have a look around the town and not be having your money gobbled up in caravan fees.
Yeah.
But that's just the way we do it. So
we only did 4 pub stays.
And they're a trick.
Yeah.
Pub stays, they're good.
Yeah.
Great. If you want to go somewhere for a meal, for something different, pub stays are fantastic. But don't stay at a pub stay if you think, it's going to be really cheap, because it's free. Because it is free to camp there, but you're supposed to go in and have a drink and have a meal. You'll end up spending $100 for the night, which really isn't cheap.
That's
but
okay
it's great.
for a treat, though.
It's great. If you want to go out for dinner, it's a great way to do it. Go and stay the night, free accommodation, and you go out for dinner. So it's good for that.
It's good to plan ahead and for a special...
Yeah, if you think, I feel like going out for dinner for something different. Yeah.
Right, so that's the camping fees.
Righto.
Next on the list. Gas.
Oh, gas.
Gas bottles.
Yeah. Do you want me to take over?
Yeah, you can take over.
I'll take over. I'll give you a break. All right, so gas. Now, for gas, we've still got a 3-way fridge. So we've got a gas fridge. We also have a gas heater for heating the van, and we also have a gas hot water system. So we went through in gas, and just remember, we've been down in Victoria and South Australia, and it has been cold for probably 8 months, like 8 months of cold weather.
It has been a very long winter.
Yeah, so the gas is probably a little bit over the top for normal. Like it definitely would be, because we don't have the gas on now. Normal temperature, we don't have it. We had it on nearly every day and every night when we were down there. It was just so cold, like 1-2 degrees and stuff. It was freezing. But
it was cheap.
Yeah, it's still cheap. So back to what I went off the track there, lost the plot. So anyway, we went through 23 gas bottles, average price $35 a bottle. The total cost of gas for us was $797, which adds up to about $16.26 per week. So really, that's not bad, especially for how much we were using. Like I said, sometimes that gas heater was just going all day and all night. Like it was just, you couldn't turn it off. It was just too cold.
We didn't suffer. We just want to be comfortable.
Yeah. So we just ran it. We just ran it and ran it and ran it. So, yeah.
And by the way, we don't have the hot water on continually.
No, little trick. If you normally what we'll do is, when it's really cold, you might need to run your hot water system for
half an hour.
Yeah, half an hour probably. Yeah. If it's really cold, I'm talking like 1-2 degrees, 5 degrees. But in this sort of 24, 25 normal temperature days, 30, you can run it. We run it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's enough for us to have a shower. You don't need to run it all the time. So that can save you a bit of money on gas. I know some people just turn it on and leave it running the whole time.
Yeah.
But you're burning up a lot of gas. So anyhow, that's what we do. We just leave it going for, when it's really cold, half an hour. If it's just normal sort of temperature, 15 minutes is enough for us both to go in and have a shower. Yeah. So Yeah.
I might give this one to you as well.
All right, give me that one.
This is the fuel.
Oh, right.
This is your element.
This is my department. I drink
Your
it like
department.
it's water. Right, so our fuel costs. So we did 1,900 kilometres, 19,000 kilometres, I'm sorry. Ooh, that's, yeah. So we did 19,000 kilometres, and we did, which works out to about 380 kilometres per week average. So the cost of fuel for that, and remembering it's a 4-cylinder, not a V8, $4,821, which equates to about $98.38 per week. So, which is pretty good. Like, I mean, in the car, we're still averaging between, I've got it down there to about between 14 and a half to 15 litres per 100, which is average. So that's pretty good. But if you drive the car hard, you won't get that sort of kilometres. You won't get that sort of mileage out of your litres. So I drive very gently, let's put it that way. I'm not hard on the throttle, I'm not hard on the brakes, I'm not in a hurry, so I just cruise along. We normally sit on about 90 to 95 k's an hour. The car likes it. You feel safe. It doesn't feel, loose, or, it feels very stable driving at those speeds, and I feel very comfortable. And Dina doesn't like me going faster than 95 anyhow, so happy wife, happy life.
So also, don't forget, we use the fuel app where we can, and we also use a gas app as well.
Yes, that's right, yeah. Two things that you really want to put on your phone, download onto your phone, is the gas app and the fuel app, because, we've saved 10 cents a litre by driving 2 kilometres down the road to a servo that's on the fuel app. Whereas if you didn't have the fuel app, you wouldn't know. You'd fuel up and you're driving over 2 k's, you think, geez, I could have saved 10 cents a litre, which when you're travelling fuel, as you can see, it's a big cost in your travels. So, the fuel app and the gas app, I would definitely recommend getting them on your phone. They're really handy.
Yeah, we use them.
Yeah, so
is that all covered?
That's
properly?
pretty much covered, I think.
Done it properly?
Yeah, I think so. Near enough.
All right.
Happy with that? I get scrutinised. I don't do things properly. I don't read. I don't read instructions.
Let's do Telstra and Starlink.
Moving on. Yep.
Okay, so we've got one phone.
Yeah. We used to have two, obviously. And once we started travelling in the same vehicle, we decided it's pretty much unnecessary to have two phones. Yeah. So we've only got one phone now.
Yeah, we managed with that one phone pretty good.
Yeah.
And also we've got Starlink, but we didn't get that until May.
Yeah.
End of May.
Yeah.
So all those bills together, I've added them up to $2,094 for the year, which is $40.26 a week. So at the moment we're paying $39
a
month for Telstra for our phone.
Yep.
And we're paying $195 a month for Starlink. So that's $234 we're paying per month, and that'll just be ongoing now.
Yeah, we got prepaid, and we just do minimal on that because we don't need a lot of what's the word?
Data.
We don't need a lot of data because we use the Starlink. We just hotspot off Starlink.
But we do need the phone when we're out and about.
Yeah, so but we don't need a lot of data. So we've got the phone right down low, so it doesn't cost much, and Starlink sort of covers it. So yeah.
So $39 a month for Telstra, $195 for Starlink.
Yeah.
And I still think Telstra's the best provider.
Yeah.
We really struggled before we got Starlink, but now it's like...
It's not an issue.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, pull up.
Yeah.
And I'll show you later how I put the Starlink up. It's quite an easy task. But we get to the Caravan, put it up on the roof where I put it, and 5 minutes later we've got signal for whatever we want. And plus Dina can upload these. I mean, when we were using normal, even in town, we went into town, the upload speeds were like sometimes 3, 4 upload speed. Take like 3 days to upload one of these movies.
It was so bad. I don't know how we managed.
No, I don't either.
Starlink. I just don't know how we did it.
So it's horrendous. So anyway, now with Starlink, we get about 29, 30 up speed, which means Dina can basically upload one of these movies to YouTube.
And we're talking
overnight.
about the Starlink Mini.
Yes, Starlink Mini. I think the Starlink Mini is great. Like, I've heard some people say, "Oh, you're better off with the bigger one." But Starlink Mini has been fantastic. We've never had an issue anywhere we've travelled. And you have a look over where we've been, and even when we stayed at Saw Pit, and there was trees all around us, but there was one little gap above us. We picked out, and we put it on the roof, and we got Starlink. And there was we were in the bush, like it was just this one round area of, and we got it. So.
But just for your information, it cost us $598 for the Starlink Mini itself.
Yep.
And then we had to buy a car charger, which was $99, and a USB-C cable, which was $69. So
now the reason for that is you can run by buying that charger and that cable. You can run. We just run Starlink off the battery, so it just plugs into a cigarette lighter. So you don't have to have your inverter on all the time to run Starlink. Just plug straight into a cigarette lighter, either in your car, in your caravan, and you can just run it all day long, no problem at all. So ours is on now. It's on all day and all night, the whole time, isn't it? We never have an issue with it.
So maybe at the end of this budget video, you can just do a little.
Yeah, I'll show you what they are, the bits and pieces, and I'll show you how I put mine up, and it's good because it's not out on the ground. No one can steal it. It's up on the roof of the caravan, out of the way.
Yeah. We'll show you that a bit later. We'll carry on with this so we don't get too sidetracked.
Yeah, I'll just go off on a different path now and again.
Okay. Next little bit of spending was the museums and tours. Now this included our time in the Snowy Mountains, because to go up to Falls Creek you have to pay a fee. And we also hired some snow boots and
chains.
Chains as well.
You need chains for the car.
So we did a fair few museums. We did some train rides, tram rides. We went to the Dubbo Zoo. We visited a couple of old jails.
Yep.
We did some tours, like mining tours.
Yeah, down a couple of mines. Yeah.
We've done a lot.
We have done a lot.
We've done a lot this year.
But there's a lot we haven't done as well. So we sort of cut it down because, like I said in the last video, if you do every single touristy thing there is to do in every town, you'll run out of money.
Yeah.
You'll just run out unless you've got a big wad of it.
Yeah, but we've decided we're not going to do the normal museums anymore because
they're
pretty much all the same.
Yeah, pretty much the same. We've pretty much got the same type of things, and once you've seen it 10 times, you think, well, that's enough. You know,
I've seen enough old dental chairs,
old prams, old wedding dresses.
Anyway,
old lawnmowers.
So we spent $1,100 on all these tours and wonderful things, which was $22.45 a week. So that was our little
it's not too bad.
Tourist spending.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is just putting this under miscellaneous. Now, I'll give this one to you.
Oh, I'll give it to me then.
There you go.
I need to read again, folks. Here we go. Right, miscellaneous. Okay, so this covers medical, computer subscriptions, equipment like headphones and memory sticks and all that type of thing, toys for Yummy, hairdresser, hardware, which is always a trap. Walk into a hardware shop, walk out with a trolley full, toilet tablets, water filters, bought a spare water pump for the van and some water fittings and stuff, and also bought a spare door handle. So all of that came to $6,469, and the average per week was about $132 per week for all that. So. And
there was way more bits and pieces than what you've just listed.
Yeah, we can't list everything, but that's just an outline of what sort of things we...
Bits and pieces.
Silicon, tape, I've run out of tape, need some tape. There's always something when you're on the road you need to buy. So,
Yeah, we bought sheets for the bed. We bought
fry pan died. We needed a new fry pan. Yeah, so there's always things that are that are happening when you're travelling.
Extra bits and pieces.
Extra bits and pieces. So that works out to about $132 a week. So that's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah.
And also don't forget some of those things that I bought this year. Obviously, unless something happens, I won't buy them again. Like for example, the door handle, the spare tap fittings, the spare pump. That's just all there. That's me. What's the word? Future proofing. So if something happens and I'm in a little town like this, if I needed a water pump, I'd probably have to order one in and wait 3 or 4 days to get it. So if my water pump blows, I'll just change it over. I've got one there. It's done. So things like that. So anyway,
right.
So that's about it for that list. So that's my reading done.
So pretty much what we've just told you now is our daily sort of living expenses.
Yeah.
Just day-to-day food and all that. So
fuel.
Now I'll just get onto we'll call it the big yearly expenses.
The nasty ones that no one can get away with.
Yeah, what do you call them? The necessary evils.
The necessary evils. You can't get away without.
Okay, so car insurance, $1,060. Caravan insurance, $1,648. Car rego, $769. Caravan rego, $188. RACQ ultimate care, we've got the highest one.
Yeah, advice, get the ultimate care, because you don't want to be out in the middle of whoop-de-doo and the car dies on you and you call the RACQ, yeah, no worries, mate. They come out and, yeah, we'll hook the car up. What about the Caravan? Oh, no, that's not on. You haven't got that on, sorry.
Yeah.
So you definitely want the ultra care.
Get the best one you can get.
Get the best one, yeah.
And $324 for that. So in total, $3,989. That's $76.71 per week for the whole year for those expenses.
Yeah.
Right, so they're the big yearly necessary evils.
Yeah, you'll need them. You definitely need those.
Right. Okay, next thing. Oh, this one. I might give this one to you. This is
What is it?
Your realm. Caravan and car maintenance and upgrades.
Roger that. I can handle that.
Can you handle that?
Probably.
All right, I'll give you a go.
Oh, thanks, honey. So generous. Rightio. So, before we left Redcliffe at the start of the trip, the car was due for its 75,000 service. So we did that. That was right at the start of the trip. That was $397. So then we got to 85,000 Ks at Mildura. So did another one, which was $500 for the service. We'd had the car for about 5 years, I think, just over 5, around 5 years or just over. And the battery finally died. It didn't completely die, but it was starting to fail. It did die.
And we were heading to the cold weather.
And we were heading down to the snow. So if your battery's going to die, it's in that cold weather. And I thought, no, I'm not even going to take the chance of having to buggerise around with it down there. So we stopped at Battery World and grabbed a battery. That was $550. So I also, for the vehicle, I monitor all my temperatures, as anyone who watches us knows. I monitor everything. I'm watching it all the time because I like that stuff. But I've decided to put a transmission cooler on the vehicle just for when we get into the outback in the really hot weather, just to help it, just to help keep its temperatures down. It never really gets bad, but anyway, so that was $950 for that, and that was a HPD, high performance diesel transcooler. The installation of that transcooler was $1,028, and I'm getting a transmission service done as well, which is $680. So, and they're things that's just stuff that I do for longevity. Like I said, touch wood, I've not had one issue with the vehicle. I've never had to touch it except for doing things that I wanted to do to upgrade the maintenance side of it. And I want to keep it that way. I don't really want to be on the side of the road piss farting around, bloody trying to fix something up when it's 35 degrees. I'm laying on the bitumen under the car trying to fix something. So much prefer to just have it, all, better than it should be. So the cost of all that stuff was $4,256. So have we got a weekly?
Did you mention the wheel alignment?
Oh, that comes up next.
No, that's...
Oh, that's in that one, is it? All right, so that includes... See, I wasn't reading that properly. So that includes a wheel alignment we got done on the Caravan before we left Redcliffe. I noticed, just keep an eye on your van tyres if you've got a dual axle and single axle as well. I noticed that on one side, the left-hand side, the tyre was just starting to scrub a little bit. Only just starting to, but I noticed it. So put it in and got a wheel alignment, and it hasn't done it since. So it's worth doing worth keeping an eye on that. I'll probably do it again next year at some stage. But the total for the year for the car and Caravan expenses was $4,256, which is pretty good, really. It's not too bad.
It was really all the car except for the wheel alignment.
Yeah, it was only the wheel.
Caravan.
Yeah, it was really only the wheel alignment in the Caravan, and I think I put new string in one of the skylights, but that cost about $8 for the fishing line that I used, so didn't even bother with that. It wasn't worth it. So, so basically $4,256. That's all the maintenance. That's servicing, and like I say, in amongst that, there's basically, looks like here added that up to about 2,700 that I spent on the transmission stuff. Even the service, the oil in my transmission is still red, still smells sweet. It doesn't have the burnt smell, but just for my peace of mind, cars up to 90,000 Ks, I'm just going to change the transmission oil.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it.
And the reason why we're investing our money in this car is we've had discussions about possibly buying a new one or keeping this one and just really, really looking after it.
Yeah.
And also we're thinking about going through the middle of Australia next year, possibly.
Yeah, right at the centre.
Possibly. So we want to make sure our car's
100%.
Really good.
And the thing is, if you buy a new vehicle, as you know, it doesn't matter what the vehicle is. Any vehicle you buy, you can buy a new vehicle and have teething problems, have problems with it. This vehicle's now up to 90,000 Ks, has not given us one issue, nothing, except for the battery going flat. That's just a battery wearing out. Batteries don't last forever. Other than that, the car's been absolutely faultless. It's been fantastic. So I have a lot of faith. I have no problem. Now that I've put this cooler on, that'll help keep the temperatures down in the transmission. Yeah. But anyhow, that's... So
that's the car.
That's the car.
And
car and Caravan. So...
Okay.
Pretty minimalistic, really.
Almost there, Steve.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I'm just going to throw this in just for, I don't know, for fun. This is the cruise.
Ah, yes.
So the
great.
Cruise to Papua New Guinea was 10 nights. It included a balcony room.
Yeah.
Because we don't have anything but a balcony room.
Oh, balconies are great. Fantastic.
We got the wine package, which probably didn't need.
No, but we got it
wine
anyway.
Package. Onboard spending and bird minding. We pay for bird minding in Redcliffe.
Got to look after the baby.
Now, with the onboard spending, we didn't go to any fancy restaurants. We didn't pay extra. We didn't book any expensive tours or anything like that.
No.
Did we?
No, it was really only coffee. Coffees in the morning. We always went down and got our coffee in the morning. And, some drinks, some alcohol.
And, little trinkets and whatever.
Yeah, bits and pieces. Nothing much, really.
Taxi fares.
Oh, taxi on some of the islands. We've got often caught taxis, toured around taxis.
So, if you guys want to do a really awesome holiday, cheap, go on a cruise. This cost us $4,243.
For both.
For both of us, for everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Even bird minding.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it was But I really enjoyed the cruise.
Some people don't like them though.
Yeah.
And some people get seasick, so
Yeah.
yeah. So, but just thought I'd throw that in anyway. Give you a bit of food for thought.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good holiday. And you don't have to do anything. Your food's cooked that, and the food was magnificent, wasn't it, on the boat?
It was absolutely
the food was
amazing.
Just amazing food, like seriously.
Anyway, we've done a movie on the cruise, so
we did do a movie on the cruise.
If you really are interested, you can
have a look at the movie and see
out.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's all of our expenses.
Right.
That's the whole lot. So what I'm going to do now, I'll just let you know. Well, you can do it. You're a better speaker than I am.
Yeah. All right. Well.
You can list.
Yep.
The yearly.
Yeah. Okay. For each thing.
Yearly amounts for each. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So for the year, Telstra and Starlink, $2,094. Groceries for the year, $7,960. Eating out, $5,680. Camping fees, $3,208. Gas, $797. Fuel, $4,821. Museums and tours, $1,100. And miscellaneous, $6,469. Insurance and regos, RACQ, all up $3,989. So the total for the year of all of that comes to $36,118 for the year. And if you break it down per week, the cost for us is $694.50 per week.
It didn't include
the transmission stuff.
Yeah.
No. So the transmission stuff is stuff that I wanted to do
on the car.
The car. That's just stuff that I wanted to do, like I said, for longevity on the vehicle. So yeah, that was stuff that I wanted to do. You don't have to do that. Personally, I'm glad I did it.
Well, everyone will be different.
Everyone's different, and every vehicle's different.
You always have to put some money into your car for maintenance or preventative.
Correct. Otherwise, you will have breakdowns. So that's it. So $36,118 for the whole year, which is not bad, really.
I think that's pretty good. Nearly just off $700 a week.
Just under $700 a week.
And you know what? That's not far off. Our last budget movie was about in that ballpark.
Yeah, so it's pretty close to our last. Yeah, if you add, if you work it out.
So we haven't gone
overboard.
Completely overboard.
No, we haven't lost the plot. So.
Which I thought we had, to be honest. I thought we were spending more and more and more, but
no, we're not.
I don't think we have really.
No, we're not. No,
we're still pretty conservative.
Mm.
Without, I mean, we don't go without if we want to do something or if we want to buy something from the shop or
if we want to go out and have coffees and go to a cafe or a bakery or whatever, or a pub for lunch. That's the things that we like to do. Do that sort of thing. If we want to do it, we just go and do it. So
I think that's good.
Yeah. So
there you go.
That gives you a bit of an idea. So everything's going to come into play there. The size of your vehicle, the size of your caravan, whether you're just doing a 1 year lap. If you're doing a 1 year lap, you're obviously going to spend more money than that because you're going to probably want to do a lot more touristy things that we probably bypassed because we think, well, we can probably come through again. So next time we come through, we'll do, we've done that this time. Yeah. Next time we'll do that. So, but if you're doing one big lap, then you're there. You might want to do that and that while you're there, seeing you're already there. So, but at least it gives you an outline of what you can do. And that's, like Dina's pretty meticulous. Everything we buy, she's got a record of everything because we pay for most stuff by card. So, and the stuff we pay in cash, Dina writes it down. Yeah. So it's a pretty accurate figure of what we actually spend on the road.
It's pretty very accurate.
Yeah. So when we first started travelling, it was very hard to try and work out, you know, how much it actually costs to do it. So now that we've actually done it, we've kept a record of it, at least it gives you an idea of, you know, roughly what it's going to cost, you know.
Because we had no idea.
Had no idea.
Until we were actually doing it. So hopefully this can give you a bit of an idea anyway.
Yeah, help you out a bit.
Especially for those who are thinking about doing a lap, or if you've retired and you want to do a bit
full-time
of travelling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
and you might have got a few ideas, you know, like try and stay at showgrounds and things like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll show you what we do for our Starlink.
Starlink.
Right, so this is it here. It's just a little cigarette lighter plug. That's the cable you buy. And I've just run that down there. I've just put a couple of plastic hooks along here to run the cable, hang it over the fan. I can put it out through the roof. This goes out through the skylight. This skylight can sit up off the bottom a little bit. I put it on the clip so that it's just up off the bottom, so it's not actually resting on that cable. That cable can move in and out. And that's where we put it. So basically, you know, we rock up, bang that up there, turn it around till you get your signal, and we can just leave it there the whole time. No one's going to knock it off because it's up on the roof. I mean, if they're going to climb up on the roof, they're going to climb up there, but unlikely. And we'd have to worry about it being in the mud or anything else. No one's running over it. And we get good signal. We never have a problem, do we?
Okay, so we'll leave it there for this episode. Just want to say thanks to everyone for watching this one.
Yep.
Thanks to all of our subscribers, and welcome to our new subscribers.
Yep.
And if you haven't subscribed, press that button because it does help our channel out.
It does, yeah. It motivates us to do it.
Yeah, so we really appreciate all your support.
And the comments, we get a lot of nice comments, which is really good because it's good.
Yeah, we get good feedback too.
Good feedback, so yeah.
Okay, well, we'll leave it there.
Yep.
And hopefully you'll join us on the next episode as we continue our adventures around Australia.
In 2026.
2026.
Yeah.
So we'll see you there. We'll see you on the road.
Righto. See ya.